The first ever UN meeting on lethal autonomous weapons systems recently took place as more than 80 countries met to discuss the implications of military use of artificial intelligence. Human rights groups and other tech leaders warn that so-called killer robots could pose a dangerous threat to humanity. The Campaign to Stop Killer Robots says 22 countries support a ban of AI weapons. The participating nations hope to eventually create a legally binding instrument, a code of conduct, and technology review process. To discuss this further, we are joined now by William Messner, professor of mechanical engineering at Tufts University. Welcome, Professor. Earlier this year, Tesla founder and tech entrepreneur Elon Musk warned that, quote, AI is a fundamental risk to the existence of human civilization. Do you agree with this assessment?
Well, it's no more risk to human civilization than many other technologies that have already been developed and continue to threaten us. Nuclear weapons, burning of fossil fuels, and things like that. I wouldn't say there's no threat, but I think it has to be put in perspective. We're a long way away from AI doing anything more than very specialized tasks. I mean, there have been some tremendous successes. AI programs can beat humans at chess. They can beat humans at Go. They can win at Jeopardy. But those are still very specialized tasks. They are not capable of integrating and running things the way people do. There's no such thing as an AI CEO, for example.
Well, how do you assess then concerns raised by groups like the group to stop the Campaign to Stop Killer Robots? How would you address the concern that destructive technology, as in having the power to destroy, is evolving much faster than the human capacity for cooperation and peacemaking?
Well, the fact is, unfortunately, that humans have long ago reached that capacity. I mean, there's hardly anything more destructive than a single hydrogen bomb, or the fact that we developed the AK-47, which has actually killed many, many more people than any nuclear weapons, and continues to threaten us all over the world. So I believe that it's a good thing they're discussing this stuff, but at the same time, it's also a bit alarmist, in my opinion. The fact is that if people are going to want to develop artificial intelligence anyway, it could potentially be applied to weapons. The best way of preventing AI weapons from becoming such a destructive and lethal force is probably for more than one country to develop them. I mean, the fact that we have never had a nuclear war is probably because after the destruction of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the Russians, the Americans, now the Chinese, and many other countries have developed these weapons, and they have never actually come to blows.
So you're suggesting there'd be some kind of AI arms race now?
There already is an arms race. I mean, I think that's it's already happening, unless there's some way of doing something like what we had with the strategic arm limitation and so on, where various entities are able to actually monitor each other's developments. I think that we will see the development of these weapons, but at the same time, I don't fear them as much as I fear people. I mean, when you think about it, it's people who are afraid, people who are viciously angry. These are the people that cause problems. Robots don't have those problems. In fact, they even come down to the fact, if you think about in a conflict, a person enters a dark room, they hear a noise, they shoot because they're afraid. And then they find out they killed their best buddy, or they killed the mother and child. They were huddling in the corner. A robot can wait. They're not afraid. What happened? What is that noise? They can assess. That's actually the advantage.
Well, human rights groups, on the other hand, have warned about the threats posed by artificial intelligence as they may be able to program themselves. How would you respond to those concerns?
I think, that still remains in the realm of science fiction. Now, I'm not saying it can't happen, but there's always, we don't see anything that comes close to that right now. We see the capability of adapting to address certain very specialized problems like Go or chess or something, or Jeopardy. But the capability of programming a system programming itself has not even been close to be unveiled. I don't think it's anywhere close to being done. So, and I think the most important thing is that whatever robotic weapon we have, as long as we have an off button that anybody can push, we're in pretty good shape.
All right, then we'll have to leave it there. Professor William Messner of Mechanical Engineering at Tufts University, thanks for bringing some perspective to the conversation.
Thank you.